Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers and updates tease that Josslyn Jax, Eden McCoy, makes a promise to Emma Scorpio Drake, Bradine Bruner. Might that promise be that she'll carry on Emma's mission that she got expelled for along with her own WSB mission? It looks like Josslyn's plan of stealing and corrupting Emma's thumb drive she was to hand in to Professor Henry Dalton, Daniel Goddard, worked. Emma had confided in Josslyn that she was expelled over busting the lab at the California college. She was in for animal experimentation that was cruel and inhumane. Oddly enough, Goddard taught at that same college, although it doesn't seem that he knew Emma from there, although she certainly knew him. Emma was unable to free the animals, which she said were mammals of a higher species, including dogs and cats, including some beagles she saw. She confided in Josslyn that was what her mission was, and it had been Dalton's lab at the university in California, and there was a huge cover-up by the school. While Josslyn was quite sympathetic to Emma, she had to have the position working closely with Dalton. It was mandated by the WSB. There was no way around it. Josslyn's choice for a career had nothing to do with physics, and certainly not to be a WSB agent, having to lie to her family and friends all the time. But when she chose to go after Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, to confront him for killing Dex Heller, Evan Hofer, her fate was sealed. WSB Station Chief Jack Brennan, Chris L. McKenna, was close behind and saw the crime scene, even though he could have shot Cyrus himself. Instead, he covered it up and manipulated Josslyn into being an agent. Thanks to Josslyn's stealing Emma's thumb drive with her submission and her homework and corrupting it, Emma is out of the running for her coveted lab assistant position, and Josslyn is chosen. Josslyn feels guilty for her cheating her way into the position, but also is sympathetic to Emma's mission to save the lab animals. Josslyn, of course, doesn't divulge her WSB mission to Emma, but she does make a promise to Emma concerning her mission to expose the animal cruelty involved in the experiments. Josslyn asks Emma more questions about the nature of the suspected mistreatment of the lab animals in the lab in California, and if she knows why Dalton may have come to PCU. Emma has her suspicions, and Josslyn promises to carry on her mission to save the animals and expose Dalton as well. Port Charles is bracing for an emotional shift as the past and future collide, and one powerful moment between two legacy daughters could change everything. General Hospital fans know that Josslyn Jax is no stranger to stepping up when others fall down. She's weathered heartbreak, danger, and betrayal, and somehow come out stronger. But what happens when a tearful promise made in private begins to define her next chapter? Could Emma Scorpio Drake's return lead to a revelation so profound that it reshapes Josslyn's entire future? Emma Scorpio Drake's brief visit home didn't seem like the kind of storyline to set off ripple effects across the canvas. But GH has always known how to play the long game. Emma, daughter of Robin and Patrick, carries not just the legacy of her brilliant, beloved parents, but also the moral weight of her grandmother Anna's complicated past. She's the kind of character who brings both heart and hope to the screen. And in recent scenes, she delivered something else. A challenge, maybe even a plea, to Josslyn. What exactly did she whisper to her friend before leaving town? And why is Josslyn suddenly changing course? Sources close to the show tease that Josslyn and Emma's conversation at the nurses' ball wasn't just a nostalgic nod to their childhoods. It was a pivotal turning point. Emma confided in Josslyn that she's working on something big, something meaningful, but she might not be able to finish it alone. That's when Josslyn's expression changed from curious to committed. It was as though something in her clicked, and those words, though unrevealed to the audience at the time, are now said to be haunting her. Was Emma asking Josslyn to continue a mission tied to her mother Robin's past? Could it have to do with medical research, or more likely, with secrets still buried deep within the WSB? Josslyn is already walking a complicated line. she's studying medicine, navigating a slow-burning romance with Dex, or is that over for good? And trying to step out of Carly's considerable shadow. But what if she's about to walk into something bigger than even her mother ever faced? If Josslyn takes up Emma's cause, whatever that may be, she might also inherit enemies, danger, and obligations that will forever tie her to the Scorpio Drake legacy. The mission in question is rumored to involve unfinished research Robin was working on, possibly related to experimental treatments, or, even more intriguingly, to an off-the-books WSB project that went missing years ago. GA's writers have been planting subtle breadcrumbs around WSB corruption, deep state operatives, and a rogue faction possibly connected to Victor Casadine's final play. Emma may have uncovered part of that truth and now fears for her safety, or knows she can't move freely in the shadows. Who better to carry it forward than Josslyn, someone already poised to bridge the gap between Port Charles' domestic dramas and its global conspiracies? Insiders say there's also a deeply personal angle to all of this. Josslyn still feels the loss of Oscar, the betrayal of Esme, and the growing distance between her and Trina. In many ways, she's been searching for a sense of identity that goes beyond being Carly's daughter or Sonny's semi-estranged stepchild. Picking up Emma's mission could give her purpose and connect her to a higher legacy. She's smart, she's bold, and she's willing to take risks, even if they cost her dearly. But will this choice be the one that finally sends her too deep into dangerous waters? Trina, already reeling from Spencer's supposed death and consumed by grief, might not be able to be there for Joss the way she once was. GA's fans are already seeing cracks forming in the once unshakable friendship. If Josslyn throws herself into a secret mission, it could widen the gap between them permanently. And what about Carly? She's always been protective of her daughter, but she's also got her hands full with the fallout from Sonny's latest crisis and her own romantic entanglements. If Josslyn begins operating behind her mother's back, especially in something dangerous, expect sparks to fly. Carly may not be able to control her daughter, but she'll fight tooth and nail to keep her safe, no matter what. There's also the question of Dex. If Emma's mission involves enemies from within the WSB or Casadine sympathizers still hiding in plain sight, Josslyn could be forced to turn to Dex, one of the only people she knows who's operated in that world. He's been off the radar lately, but we hear rumblings that Dex may soon return with explosive information that ties into a broader network of secrets, and that Josslyn will be at the center of it all. Could the two reunite, not just romantically, but as partners on a dangerous quest? Make no mistake, this storyline could change the landscape of Port Charles for good. Josslyn has always been a central character, but this arc has the potential to elevate her into a new tier. Much like her mother did decades ago, Joss could move from the sidelines of someone else's plot into a starring role of her own, where her choices, her sacrifices, and her heart lead the action. But unlike Carly, Josslyn isn't interested in power for power's sake. She wants truth. She wants justice. And if that means diving into murky waters and going toe-to-toe with the WSB or whoever else Emma warned her about, she's ready. Of course, there's always a cost. GA spoilers warn that Josslyn may soon face consequences for something she uncovers. Something so dark it threatens to unravel not just her mission, but her future. Could it be tied to the mysterious illness fans have speculated Robin was trying to cure before vanishing off the GH canvas again? Is someone still targeting those closest to Anna and Robert? And does Emma know more than she's letting on? If Josslyn uncovers a secret tied to her own family, or Oscar's death, or something involving Jason's mysterious past, what will she do with it? As summer approaches, GH is laying the groundwork for a seismic shift. Sources tease a storyline where Josslyn goes rogue, Emma returns via phone or encrypted messages, and a major twist involving a lost file sends shockwaves through the hospital and beyond. While nothing's confirmed, insiders hint that Josslyn may wind up in a position of power she never asked for. one that tests every ounce of her loyalty, courage, and emotional endurance. Can she carry the weight of Emma's secret while still forging her own path? In the end, what began as a heartfelt promise to a childhood friend could become Josslyn's defining moment. She's no longer just Carly's daughter or Trina's best friend. She's emerging as a young woman with conviction, compassion, and the fire to shake the foundations of General Hospital itself. If the writers follow through on this arc, fans can expect a sweeping, emotional, and dangerous journey ahead. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.